Congratulations on the award.
I know, it's fantastic.
Yeah, now we are looking at the glass ceiling being broken here, aren't we?
Well, there's a lot of awards for the women tonight. And I'm glad to have gotten one.
Yeah. So there seems to be something going on, I think. Perhaps a seat.
Do you think so?
Well, according to the MPG. Do you believe that's possible?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's hard to get into this if you're a man or a woman. But if you stick with it, everything will happen. So you just have to keep going.
Do you still get inspiration from the UK?
Absolutely. All my earliest records, like I just was talking to Jeff Emmerich, who you were interviewing, and he's been an inspiration for my first record that I ever owned, which was Revolver. Also, John Leckie was here, and Dukes of Stratosphere was one of my favorite albums.
Dukes of Stratosphere?
Yes, you know which one that is?
Yeah, that's Andy from XTC.
Yes, right. So that was a really special record in my history.
Yeah, people think of Magazine and
sure, of
Radiohead,
course. Oh yeah, Dukes. So it was an honor to meet John tonight too. Many of my heroes are here in this room at the MPG Awards.
Well, that's great. And Jimmy Page was here, of course.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Just a gentleman. So the American production then still, this is wonderful synergy, isn't it, across the Atlantic between the UK and the US all the time. It's comes and goes. British invasion, American invasion. Where are we now? Are we sort of equal at the moment, or is there an American invasion happening in London right now?
I think there's a special American sound. I think there's a special English sound, and we kind of steal bits and pieces from each other. I think, as out of respect, because we love each other's styles. The great amplifier makers in the UK bring a certain sound to the albums in these states. So it's shared.
Have you recorded in the UK, in London?
I have.
Which studios?
Battery, and I've recorded in a couple places. I recorded at Great Linford Manor in Milton Keynes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, fantastic studio.
Was that with a British artist or American artist?
It was with Skunk Anansie.
Okay, all right.
And I own a Neve 8038 console, which is vintage 1972.
This is the one in Dave Grohl's film, isn't it?
It was in the B room. It was yes, and it was at CTS in London, and I moved it out of there to the States. And it's without that, everything would be different for me. It's really the cornerstone of my career.
Those consoles go all over the world, actually. They've been owned by Pete Townsend or someone. They'd have been in every corner of the world.
Yes.
So, can you define that British sound that it has? Is it what you hear on the albums in the 70s, that console?
It has to do with the equipment. It has a lot to do with the equipment and the sensibility and the way the songs are written. So I'd say the Neve sound, the SSL sound, the Marshalls, and the Voxes really define the British sound that I'm familiar with and that I love. And then the American side of that would be the guitars like the Fenders and the Gibsons, the Hammond organs, and this type of thing. So
how does a console capture a song? It seems nebulous to someone who doesn't do production or engineering. How can a console actually interpret the way a song is written? Is there a way you can write which would suit a certain console or a certain sound?
No, I think a song is a song, actually. If you don't have a song when you put your microphones through the equipment, you don't have much, It really, you can create something that has character, but the song, that's an entirely different subject.
Do you use much technology in terms of sampling and sequencing? Or are you very much an open mic girl? Stick it in front of the amp and you get that raw
I
sound.
do a lot of I prefer for artists to stand together and play together live.
At least for the first take,
for the first
8
takes,
tracks or something.
and then go in and detail that. and edit digitally. Some of the recordings are done analog and then transferred to digital. I generally stay in the digital realm now.
So you're quite happy nowadays to record onto a digital format.
I like the finished product to be digital. Sometimes I'll use analog and then transfer it in when I do my initial
Do you
recording.
run tracks out to an analog circuit and back in again? Just to
Yes.
wipe it with that?
Yeah, right. And I've learned a new technique of using passive transformers, just running signal through passive transformers to give the sound a graininess, a saturation, a sound of iron. And I'm excited about this. This is new for me, but these are surplus transformers from old telephone systems. As an experiment, it's an excellent processor for a mix bus, especially to soften the sometimes harshness of digital recording.
Does that work on everything, or especially guitars, for example?
I use it on my stereo bus in a mix.
The whole mix? Ah, right, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trade secrets being given away here.
Yes.
We're not going to. Thanks very much, and congratulations
Thank
again.
you.
It's a really
Thank you
pleasure to
very
speak to you.
much. All right.